I just got home and the house was on fire. My sister was screaming at me to put it out, but I just pretended not to see it. Pulled the curtain shut and got ready for bed. She huffed and put the fire out herself. Then while I was showering, she walked right in and asked if I needed my back scrubbed. I acted like I couldn't hear her, dried off, and walked out. But the next morning, I couldn't keep the act up anymore. I turned around and there was a bowl of fried rice sitting on the table. My sister was standing there with this big smile on her face. I kept a straight face and grabbed the bowl on the right. Instantly regretted it. The bowl weighed basically nothing. She gave me the sly little grin. "Big bro, I knew you could see me." And then she reached out with her bloody claws and killed me in one hit. Yeah, the moment she finds out I can see her, I'm dead. Lucky for me, after transmigrating, I got a rewind system. Every time I die, I get sent back to the last checkpoint, and I wake up in bed again. Same sweet smile from my sister. I keep the blank face, wash up, and get dressed. But this time, my heart just sank, because this was my last rewind. She'd already killed me 99 times. But this time, I finally picked the right bowl. After passing her final test, I escaped the room for the very first time. I was just starting to enjoy the freedom when I saw the streets were packed with creeps, and my sister was slowly trailing behind me. Didn't think she could leave the room too. On the way to school, some chubby dude came sprinting out of his house in a total panic. Clearly, he could see them too. Next second, every one of those things charged straight at him. Then this blue-haired girl appeared out of nowhere and threw something on the ground. And they were both just gone. Okay, interesting. Just when my brain was starting to short circuit, some student ran up and told me to get to school ASAP. Rehearsal was starting. I was immediately suspicious. No way this dude was one of those things, right? Then I remembered, only student council would know the rehearsal schedule. So I relaxed and followed him to school. Got there and the whole place was crawling with creeps. Reading ones, basketball ones, all kinds. Right when I hit the backstage area, the system popped up again. Kill one of these things, get one rewind. For me, that's basically an extra life. But I had no weapon. How was I supposed to kill anything? After the show, a familiar face pulled me aside. It was the blue-haired girl from earlier. You can see ghosts, right? You can see them too, can't you? What the heck is even going on? She handed me a blade called the Spirit Breaker. Kill your first ghost with it and you unlock your powers. Become an Esper. She was about to explain more when we heard footsteps nearby. It was the student council guy from before. I was nice enough to warn him the school was full of ghosts. He just laughed. "Bro, you mean ghosts like me?" No way, he was a ghost this whole time. And sure enough, he dropped the act. Ripped off his own head and came charging at me with it. Somehow in that desperate moment, something just clicked. I actually took him out in one slash. System said +1 rewind and my fire ability awakened. Blue hair walked over and started explaining. Turns out humans and these things exist in the same space. Espers are what threw off the balance. And these things normally only go after people who can see them. That's why my sister kept testing me. But that student ghost already knew I could see him. So why didn't he just attack me? She was just about to answer, when a hand suddenly burst through her chest. Because the one who wants you dead is me. You're a ghost too, now it's your turn. Next second, I was back in the backstage hallway. This was my last rewind, but at least I kept the fire ability. Blue hair came toward me. I immediately stepped in front of her, because the student council president was about to crawl out from behind that wall. The real president, the one who called me this morning, was already dead. Blue hair tried to use her power, and got sent flying instantly. This guy was no ordinary ghost. He was a ghost king, one on the verge of evolving. Seeing that, Blue hair pulled out a mist seal, threw it down and dragged me out of there fast. We got to the front gate, but the entrance that was wide open before was now a locked iron gate. Had to be the ghost king. Blue hair pulled out a breach talisman, but it could only get one person through. She said she'd go get back up, and told me to hold it down, and try not to die. That snapped me right out of it. No way was I gonna let her look down on me, so I went wild farming ghosts around the perimeter. Low-level ones to stack up my rewinds. I ran into the Ghost King a few times though. Got one shot every single time, so I used my memory of past runs to dodge him, until I unlocked a new skill, a clone. I couldn't help but smile. Now I could send the clone to hold off the Ghost King, while my real self farmed in peace. After 30+ deaths with only 8 rewinds left, I decided it was time to go at the Ghost King again.